Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So today we're going through my Jesmon OTK style deck profile. There's multiple ways to build Jesmon out. I've played the Gallantmon kind of Turbo S style as well as the OTK style, and honestly I just kind of like the pure Jesmon. No side megas or anything like that, just straight Jesmon, super consistent and straight just raw punching power. Let's get into this. Don't forget, our memory markers this month is going to be Flamedramon's egg here. This is the egg of courage. And this is for our Armor Digivolving line of Digi-Armor eggs. This thing is sweet. It's definitely one of our most intricate paint jobs that we've had so far. This is the first one that's come out. This is our test sample. Really like the way it came out. Great size. Has a little base to sit on so that way it doesn't like roll around too much. Also covers the numbers nicely on your game mats. So if you want one of these guys, check the Patreon link in the description below. These are handmade out of clay by my wife. Also, if you would like to get any of our previous memory markers that we've had on the channel, check the coffee link in the description below. There you can get all of our new revised versions, all of the ones we've had in the past. The only difference is that if you get the one off of Patreon, you get it a whole month early before it ever even goes live on coffee. So you get it way in advance before anyone else can get their hands on it. So that's the benefit of going through Patreon, as well as sometimes you can get them at a lower cost because the Patreon also includes shipping, whereas coffee you have to pay shipping in addition to it. So sometimes it actually balances out to be a little bit better. So jumping right into this deck profile here, first up we've got Digimon as our egg. So I like Digimon simply because Jesmon can give itself piercing pretty consistently, super easily. His ability lets you play a Sistermon for free from hand or trash, okay? And I think that's what a lot of people forget about, is it can also play from trash. So playing those, as soon as you get one out, you're pretty much good. You're set from here on out. So being able just to play that recycled Sistermons from trash is great. So you'll always be able to get your piercing live, and that Babymon's going to give that 2000 DP. And that's going to be whether you're swinging at security, whether you're swinging at a Digimon on field, and it has piercing, so you're good. You're covered either way. That's just really solid. I think that's going to be the way to go for sure. There's some other ones out there that give DP boost, but it's a little more like specific, like only if you're swinging at security or only if you're swinging at a Digimon. I mean, if you're only swinging at a Digimon and you've got piercing, might as well just go for Digimon for that nice 2000 DP. Only the 4 eggs though, because this is an OTK style deck, it is very fast. And Jesmon in general is very powerful and just very quick and kind of oppressive. So I don't really feel the need for 4 eggs. I've never, since playing Jesmon, ever 5th egg has never come up. Okay, so I'm pretty solid with the Digimon. Next up, we got Huckmon himself. This is kind of like the foundation of the deck. This is probably the best rookie that they've printed so far. That's the search power rookie. So it's an on play, 3 play cost, pretty standard stuff. 2000 DP. On play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add up to 2 Digimon cards with Huckmon, Jesmon, or Sistermon in their names among them to your hand. Everything else goes to the bottom of the deck. That is so broad. So it's any 2 of that combination. That is crazy good. All the ones we've had in the past, it was something like, essentially add the evolution line, some card in the evolution line, and the boss monster, right? So, looking at Ragnalordmon, you can add a Ragnalordmon and one of its Evos, essentially. Huckmon, though, it's like, you reveal 2 boss monsters, you take those 2 boss monsters. You reveal your side Sistermons, which isn't even part of the evolution line. You reveal two Sistermons, you can add both of those. It's just so wide open and so generic. That is so good. So great opening card for sure for the whole strategy here. Next up, we've got our Agumon here, just classic. This is the one I prefer to go into raising area with, right? My Agumons, I love to stack them on top of the Babydemons. That's like the ideal play, and then like pass turn with like hard playing a Huckmon to get that search power going. But the Agumon, just that classic, give 1000 DP buff. It's just I mean, it's good. It's relevant pretty much in every red deck ever, because red deck gets really aggressive. So yeah, you'll never probably not see this card in most red decks, honestly. Next, we got Gilmon. This is the new promo Gilmon. This is when attacking, trigger, draw 1. So if you don't have your Agumons, he is a good secondary target to Evo into the raising area. And then, you can promote him and then swing with him, get that draw power. This is kind of just, if you don't have your Hookmons, and you need that draw power as much as possible, he's a great kind of like supplement card in here. He wasn't like, I mean, when you kind of look at it overall, what are my other options of just generic rookies? You could go with a 2-play cost vanilla, but I felt like the Gilmon, for one more memory, getting draws, and it's like every time I swing with it. So if it happens to survive, say we hit into an option that doesn't kill it, I'm going to get more value out of him every time I attack with him. So went with this Gilmon over the new Gilmon from the starter deck that evos into the Gallantmon. And I guess this is as good a place as any to discuss why I don't like the Gallantmon package. I never could get myself to 4 memory, right? It was always Warp Digivolve into Gallantmon for 4, and even with a memory fixer, I'm still passing my turn. And I could never get any value out of it. It's just sat on the field, especially if you're playing any sort of control deck. Security Control gets even better in BT6. And we have Musketeers coming out, which is an incredible control deck. It's just filled with options that just annihilate the opponent's board. So evolving into my Gallantmon and not getting to immediately swing with it and get some kind of more value out of it felt bad. And that's just what happened every time I used that Gallantmon. So I decided just to get rid of that and the Gilmon, and then I replaced the Gilmon with the new promo Gilmon, just for, again, more consistency, because I'm not using any other side megas at all. It's just the straight OTK style, so getting into my combo pieces is pretty important. We do have the Hookmon, which is just insane, but just a little bit more draw power never hurts. And now we're immediately going into level 4s. Yes, we're only playing 12 of our rookies. You might think that's a little bit, underrated or underpowered a little bit. I'm only realistically missing 2, and that's missing 2 on a full build with, 6 to 7 megas. If I'm only playing 4 megas, then I think I can cut down on a couple rookies and still be fine. Like I said, we have lots of draw power in this deck, lots of evoing. We've got the Gilmons to help us draw. Even the Sistermons block on play, draw 1, so we've got consistency covered, I think, pretty well. So next we got the level 4s here. We got Bao Hookmon, just a part of the evolution chain, really. I mean, it fits. It's a Jesmon deck, so there's no reason not to play this. Also, you just kind of need lots of Hookmon names to make sure you're triggering your Sistermon abilities, so making sure you just have multiple Hookmons is really important. So every level that we can get one in, I'm all for it. The Inheritable here, though, is really, really great. It's honestly going to change deck building for all of BT6, I think. Why do I say that? So when attacking once per turn, if you have a Digimon with Sistermon in its name in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. So you'll always have Sistermon in play in this deck. Like, realistically, getting a Sistermon in play is so easy. You don't even have to ever pay for them. There's so many ways to play them for free, and just you can replay them from the trash. And I think that's super important, is just getting that constant Sistermon oppression onto the field is very good. And so getting this ability turned on and live, super easy. Now, where it comes relative is 5,000 DP or less. That is all of your 1-cost Evo blockers. Monochromon right here, prime example. People are going to want to start to stay away from these guys. If they're not using them just for the 1-cost Evo stair step into something else, people are absolutely going to switch back to the old school 2-cost Evo blockers with 6,000 DP, just because Jesmon is going to be so everywhere. It's going to be in every tournament you ever play. At least one person, I guarantee, will be playing a Jesmon deck, some sort of fashion of Jesmon. So all your 5,000 DP blockers are now null and void against that deck, and it is a very good deck. Okay, it had the most tops in the Japan meta, so I absolutely expect it to have a fair amount of tops here as well. So this just being able to completely get past those blockers is very powerful. Of course, we have piercing, so you might not think that's a big deal. Where it comes into if they don't block with it, right? So say you swing with your Jesmon, it does a full clear, and say you've got that Sistermon that's just sitting on field that you played a few turns ago. You want to swing with her to win the game. Well, you can't because they didn't block with their blocker. It's okay because Bao Huckmon here deleted that blocker anyways. Even if they don't block you because you have piercing, you still get to delete that blocker anyway to open you up. Or even if you want to go into an Omnimon, right? The Blitz Omnimon to swing for game. As long as you deleted that blocker originally with the Bao Huckmon, you're good to go. So great include. Next, we got Greymon. This is again just for that kind of OTK power, really just consistently bumping up your security attack when you can fit it in is great. Greymon is our go-to in every kind of like OTK red build. Even if it's like some kind of weird niche strategy like an Omnimon or something, or sorry, like a Shoutmon type of deck, you're still going to see Greymons in those builds. And so same principle applies here. If we don't need to delete any kind of 5,000 blockers, Greymon is going to be our go-to for sure. So that security attack +1. Now, I've got the two Monochromons here just for a little bit of defense, but honestly, after playtesting this deck, I didn't really feel like I needed this because I've got the Sistermon Blanc that turns all of our Sistermons into blockers. This card didn't really feel as necessary, so I could drop this for really anything else. I just wanted to kind of have it in here as a reminder to discuss with the Bao Huckmon and the 5,000 DP. This could really be any other level 4 that you really want. You could go something cheap like a Fumamon that's a 3 play cost level 4. You could go with something like that instead. It is a 3,000 DP, so it can die, so make sure you evolve on top of it. Next, I got the Agunimons in here just for that one extra way to close out a game. Sure, we can Blitz Omnimon for game, okay? Say we don't draw into the Blitz Omnimon. Say we don't have anything else on field. All of our Sistermons, we hard played them this turn with the Jesmon ability, so we don't have anything else that can swing for game. We have lots of Tamers in this deck. We have a fair amount. We just want to draw into one Agunimon just to sit on it to swing for game with, and that's really all this is for. Is just swinging for game. One of my tactics is to go into a Jesmon in the raising area and let it come back to my turn, and then I'm at 3 memory, so I can go with my 1 cost a delicate plan. So I turn off all the options and security, swing, clear my opponent's security out. I still have 2 memory left. That's perfect for a Agunimon. So I can do both of those plays in the same exact turn. So that's what a Agunimon is in here for. Next, we're going to go ahead and jump up into our level 5s here. Yes, we're only at 6 level 5s. I cut down 2 simply because we've only got the 4 megas. Okay, I don't need a full stack of 8 megas or 8 ultimates here for 4 megas. Okay, it just doesn't mathematically make sense to me. So anytime you cut down on certain levels, you can cut the levels underneath them in conjunction here. So just like with the level 4 package here, you can easily cut this down. You can take the Monochromons completely out. You're still at 10 of your ultimates here, or sorry, your champions. All right, so the level 5s that we do have, though, is first Savior Huckmon, which this thing is sick. This thing is like one of the best cards in the deck. Of course, Jesmon is amazing, but this guy just involved in the whole combo is awesome. So when digivolving, you may play one of your Sistermons in its name from your hand without paying its memory cost. Now, this doesn't have the play from trash ability, so keep that in mind. Unfortunately, this has to be from hand. So when you have the option to play from trash, always play from trash. Keep your hand resources in your hand. So like Jesmon can play from trash. Make sure you use that play from trash first. If you don't have any trash targets, then play from hand. Simply because you want to save those for your Savior Huckmon plays. So play it for free. One of the Sistermons, which we will discuss, has an ability when you play it, you gain 1 memory. So this 2 or 3 cost Evo can turn into a 2 cost Evo level 5. that alone, pretty cool. You know, I mean, we could just play a vanilla and get the same outcome. However, a vanilla is not going to have this insane inheritable. And when attacking once per turn, if you have a Digimon with Sistermon in its name in play, again, super easy, we've already discussed, unsuspend this Digimon. This basically allows your Jesmon to swing twice. Swinging twice with Jesmon is insane, especially if you have, you know, your Greymon underneath it here. That's going to be 4 security checks. If you have, and we'll get there too, we have the tie that gives another security attack plus. That is checking 6 security, okay? So you're swinging twice, 3 security checks each on those is bananas, okay? So Jesmon, great, has piercing, gets to delete things potentially if you want to go that route, and then with the plan that I talked about, you know, you've cleared 6 security out, you've maybe used 1 memory to play a delicate plan, so that way you can swing for those 6 and don't have to worry about options. Great. Now you just need one of your closers, whether that be your Blitz Omnimon or your Agunimon, you know, whatever works. If you just got another rookie sitting on field that's just chilling, swing for game, OTK is so easy in this deck. Okay, with the or the Savior Hugmon here, just a little bit of extra security attack. Oh, it's nothing. And then just to kind of add on to it, just because, you know, I want a few more level 5s, just the Savior Hugmon alone, 4 level 5s and 4 level 6s is a little not quite where I want to be, so I added in 2 more level 5s here. I just went with the Voltramon, just because, again, security attack +1. If I can't get this Savior Hugmon inheritable for that double swing, give me more security attack to make up for not being able to swing twice, okay? That's still putting us checking 4 security, okay, including the tie, having the tie on field, which you will want to have as soon as possible, because having a memory fixer in an OTK style deck is kind of a must. So still checking 4 security. You just need 1 more anything on field, like a rookie or something like that that you can swing with. If you went, you know, Savior Hugmon the turn before and played a Sistermon that you just got chilling out there from the last turn, you know, you're golden. You swing with that, clear that last security, and then go through one of your closers. All right, so next up, we got Jesmon here, the main focus of the deck. So when attacking, we've already kind of discussed a lot of this, but you may play 1 Digimon with Sistermon in its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. So free bodies on field every time you swing, and this isn't once per turn. So if you go Savior Hugmon and you swing twice with Jesmon, you get to play double Sistermons. That's crazy. This part here is once per turn, but your turn, once per turn, when you play another Digimon, that's it. When you play another Digimon, so not even including Sistermon or using its ability or anything like that, if you just promote this guy and then slam down some other rookie just for whatever, you instantly make this ability live. And I think that is so cool. It's not tied into anything. Sure, we have tons of ways to play cards for free, Sistermons for free, but if you can't do that, there's still other ways to make this ability live, and I think that's really important. Plus 3,000 DP and piercing for the turn, so you're going to go up to 14,000 DP just instantly with its own effect with piercing. That's going to clear pretty much everything. Every level 6 in the game, you're now swinging over. The only thing you got to worry about is just kind of look at what else is in the meta. You might have some Zwarts that might be in the meta that you got to worry about hitting into security, but that's kind of about it. Maybe if anyone's still on yellow at this point, like a Valder arm, but really all you need at that point is either 1, Agumon, or 2, just have your Babydemon, which you should have your Babydemon. So the Babydemon alone with Jesmon is going to be plus 5,000. That puts you at 16,000. You're good to go. You're good to go at that point. How awesome is that? That you don't really need hardly any setup with this guy. He's just a wrecking crew from the get-go with everything he's got baked in and the deck that just really comes together for him. So great. 3-cost Evo for all of this is absurd. This is like power creep in a nutshell. Absolutely, this guy feels like a 4 Evo cost like a couple sets ago. Getting this now for 3 Evo cost is nuts. Next up, we got the Omnimons, which again we just discussed. This is just our closer. In an OTK style deck, it's important to be able to actually kill them after you do it. I always hated that about the green OTK. You could clear an insane amount of security in that deck, but you never could close. It always passed your turn before you could close it out. And that's what bugged me about that deck. With this one, though, Blitz Omni all the way. We've seen Shoutmon take several tournaments, several store championships. Shoutmon is just taken left and right. It has a fair amount of tops here recently. Just more and more people have jumped to it and are playing it and being successful. This is just one of those many factors that Red has at their disposal. Red is very much an OTK deck, and we're absolutely going to jump on that whole strategy of closing a game out with your Omnimon here. Next, we have our Sistermon package. I only have 3 of each. I don't think 4 of each is necessary. You don't need that much. We have Huckmon to add them for free to hand. We have a good amount of draw power in the deck as it is. I'm just not worried about, I only realistically need to draw into a single copy of one of these guys. I just need it for, by the time Jesmon is ready to swing, I need 1 in hand. At the bare minimum, I need 1 in hand. If I've already got 1 in trash, awesome. If I've got the 1 in hand, we're good. Any of that works. So just having that 1 to play with Jesmon, so that way all of Jesmon's abilities are live. That's all we need. But in addition to that, these things are just powerhouses on their own. So the Blanc here, 3 costs to play Rookie. These are white, so no evoing with them or evoing on top of them or anything like that. They're just their own standalone side pieces. They don't even evo on top of each other. But Blanc here, on play, draw 1, 3,000 DP. What? Okay. Already better than old 1.0 Gabumon, right? Gabumon, 3 play cost, draw 1, 1,000 DP. Okay, this is already great because it's at 3,000 DP for that same effect. But in addition to that, all turns, both yours and your opponent's, while you have a Digimon with Huckmon in its name or Royal Knight in its type in play, all of your Digimon with Sistermon gains blocker. So who fits the bill for this? Of course, Jesmon is a Royal Knight. All of your Huckmons, which is why I said you want a Huckmon at every single level. So you're level 3, 4, and 5. Jesmon at level 6. And what's this that Omnimon has? Oh, Royal Knight in its typing. So even your Omnimon, if you can't close the game out, if Omnimon's on field, Blanc is still live as a blocker to protect. If you saw the match earlier this week, they tried to swing in and crash into our Jesmon. We just sent Blanc out there to go ahead and protect us. So that's really great. Just having 6 essentially blockers potentially in your deck that are just recyclable so easily. This is why I said that the need for blockers in this deck isn't really a thing, just because you have Blanc here that can become a blocker as well as make your CL over here a blocker. CL is our replacement for Noir, for those that aren't aware that we did get an alternate just due to censoring issues that they have. We're not going to get into it. Anyways, so you can also play your CL for free and on play gain 1 memory. So that's what I was talking about with the Save Your Huckmon here, is when you Digivolve into it, you get to play a CL for free if you want. If you don't want the Blanc for the draw, play CL for the gain 1 memory. You can either keep it on your turn with that, or memory choke your opponent with just that 2-cost Evo, whatever works. It's great. Also, all turns, all of your Digimon with Huckmon in their name or Royal Knight in their types, you get plus 2,000 DP. For the most part, I haven't really needed this 2,000 DP. Often I go with the Blanc if I'm swinging with a Jesmon and I get to play something for free. I like the Blanc simply because I like to get more blockers out just in case I can't clear for whatever reason, as well as I get that draw, and I really like to draw if I'm trying to get into my closer. So again, going back to that same strategy, if I'm just trying to close the game out after I do my Jesmon full clear, I either need an Omnimon or an Agunimon to finish the game out. So playing Blanc for draw to get into that, to help ensure that we actually get to that point, is very, very good. So this is just really great, especially if you can play multiple Blancs. So when attacking, play 1 Digimon. So yeah, you bring out the or you swing at the Jesmon, bring out a Blanc. You don't draw into that card that you need. Swing again, bring out a second Blanc. Get another draw off. That's 2 draws off of 2 attacks. It's really great. Like I said, the deck has incredible consistency power. It's very, very good. Next, we got Ty here, and this is just the memory fixer that I went with. Marcus Pierce isn't applicable in this. We're not running really Greymons to attack with, so going with the security attack +1 is my ideal way to go. Like I said, I like to go all the way up into Jesmon in the raising area and then promote out and swing. So I will always have my security attack +1 on my Jesmon, like more than likely, unless I'm playing like Hexablaumon and somehow they got rid of my Digivolution sources. But at least for that initial swing, I will have my security attack +1 live. So yeah, that's just why we went with him. Went with 3 of them, felt pretty good. I want this guy as soon as possible. I want him very early game. If they hit him in security, awesome. If not, we're still okay. If I play one and they hit one in security, that's security attack +2 I got. So even if you ever get multiples of these on field, you're still good because you're still going to get that security attack +1 to stack. So it just makes your OTK even easier. Next, we got the Delicate Plan. At a 2 of... you don't want to go more than this because it's only really good for that one turn that you're going to play it, that one big round of swings that you're going to do with this. So getting into it, early is good. So you want to have more than one copy because you don't want it to be in like the last 5 cards of your deck. Okay, so drawing is good. So if you have 2 copies, you're doubling your chances. That cuts down significantly. By the time you get to like 25 cards in your deck, you should have a Delicate Plan in your hand. Its security effect adds it to your hand. So if they hit it in security, you don't lose it. You get to add it to your hand. That's really good. This just turns off all your opponent's options. And with security control and Musketeers being played in such an abundance that we are expecting for BT6, I think this card is a mandatory must include in this deck. Absolutely. 1 cost Eva or 1 cost memory is nothing for an effect this powerful when you're clearing as much security as you are with this deck. But going on from there, I've got the Judgment Blade in here. Really just kind of an interesting include. 1 cost play isn't a big deal. That's really cheap. I can play this and still keep it on my turn if I don't have a memory fixer. Main, one of your Digimon with Hookmon in its name or Royal Knight in its type can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon for the turn. So if I don't have my Bow Hookmon here, if I've got the Greymon instead, and they've got a blocker, I want to kill that blocker. So whenever I go into my Omnimon to swing for game, they can't block me with that blocker. So I really like the Judgment Blade just for helping me clear blockers. Especially if they have multiple blockers. And I've got 2 swings with my Jesmon. Both of those swings with piercing, I can swing over those unsuspended blockers. So Judgment Blade, really great for that. Just clearing the way so that way you can go into your Omnimon to swing for game. Just really great. I've had so many like scenarios in this deck, and it just can overcome all of them. I got the Delicate Plans in here for an option heavy deck. I've got the Judgment Blade in here for those like weird, really heavy blocker decks. I've got multiple ways to set up and ensure that I get victory. Remember the Monochromons I said you could drop down. That opens up 2 slots in the deck. You could add in a second Judgment Blade if you want, just for a little bit more consistency. Also, the security effect is just really, really rad. You may play 1 Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. Then add this card to your hand. So you get to add it to hand as well as you get a body on field. Play a Blanc, get a draw on your opponent's turn. That's pretty cool. As well as if you have a Hookmon, now you got a blocker. So if they're swinging into your security, you might not have a blocker. So being able to just instantly play a Blanc to get a blocker out, this card has literally saved me. I wish I could have shown the original recording of the game that I played this deck in. Unfortunately, there was just a big misplay in there that we had to go back and play again. But this was my last card in security and actually won me the game because I got to slam down a Blanc to block the last hit. Opponent had nothing else, passed back to me, and then I swung for game. So yeah, Judgment Blade, pretty nice tech card in here. Last week we got Red Memory Boost, and all the colors are getting these, and I think they are awesome. Especially poor Red just hasn't had really good search cards. I mean, Hookmon is really good in this deck, but early on, like the red hybrid, like ancient hybrid deck, just wasn't very good because the blue had a card like Davis, and Davis lets you reveal top 3. You get to pick any of your blue Digimon out of there. Red didn't have that nice little consistency card. Now everyone's got it, so red, definitely we want to utilize it here. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 red Digimon card among them to your hand. That's just so generic. Anything red, just get to add it to hand. Now, it doesn't work on your Sistermons, okay, and it doesn't work on your Omnimons. Now, we still have a full deck of red cards, though. So, out of revealing top 4 cards, you should hit a red Digimon, at least one. But again, it's just here for a little bit more consistency. If you don't want the Huckmons, or if you can't play a Huckmon for whatever reason, you can still play this and get essentially kind of the same thing. You get the important red card that you really need for your Huckmon Evo line or your Jesmon Evo line. 3 play cost feels a little steep, but it's okay because of its second ability here. So after you get that nice little consistency boost, this guy goes into the play area, and then on another turn, just a turn you didn't play play the card, you can send it to the trash to gain 2 memory. So if you don't have your tie on field and you need to put yourself at 3 memory and you've got the red memory boost, you can just send it to the trash and you're good to go. And go through all of your plays that you need 3 Evo cost for. Now what's really sick with this card is that gain 2 memory if you can use it in conjunction with your memory fixer. So you're at 3 memory, use this, go to 5 memory. Now you get to the same turn that you go into your Jesmon, right? So you don't have to leave your poor savior Huckmon sitting in the raising area. Go ahead and promote that. Go into Jesmon, get your draws, go ahead and use your red memory boost. Put yourself back up to 2 off of 0. Now you've got enough to play your Delicate Plan. You've got enough to play Judgment Blade. You can play both of those cards just to square up everything. Turn off the option cards. Get some really nasty piercing swings going on by attacking unsuspended Digimon. Yeah, like red memory boost is great for this deck. And there's a zoomed out version for all you people that like to skip to the end and just kind of see, or people that like to come back and reference later. This is what the whole deck looks like. Again, the only changes that I would make immediately, in case you're wondering, is to drop the monochromons here, drop 2 of those, and then you can just bump up whatever. Maybe bump up a Judgment Blade to 2. If you felt like your level 5s are a little low, you can maybe bump up a Voltdramon to 3 there, put yourself at 7. It overall very, very just straightforward deck, very, very powerful. If you skip to the end and you're curious about anything of like why I have these weird includes, go back and watch the video because I explained it in the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, please like the video and subscribe. Just a little bit of help goes a super long ways. It helps the channel out tremendously, gets my videos out there, gets them seen. And if you really, really want to support the channel, check out the links in the description below. I'll have a link for my Patreon, which is displayed right here. You can get access to my Discord server that I have, as well as you can get the memory markers that we've had. These are just a few of my favorites from the past that we've had. The current one, Impmon's baby, as well as Gabumon's baby as well, Sunomon and Yaomon. These guys are super adorable. I definitely love them so much. And every month a new one changes out, so make sure you check that out. As well as we have our new playmats. This is why I recreated this video. It's because our playmats are here finally, and they are super cool. I alternate between the black and white every single month for whoever wants to support this tier, as well as I have a tier just higher than that, so that way you don't also have to lose out on a memory marker. You can get both the memory marker and the playmat just in case you want both. Super awesome support from everyone that has supported in the past and who will support in the future. You guys are awesome. Also, if you want to check out my merch, my Teespring link is in the description below for that. We've got, the shirts that I wear on the channel that has the logo across. I love when I see people representing my merch in public. It is like one of the coolest feelings I've ever had in my entire life. Very, very awesome. As well as phone cases for you people that love Digimon like so much like I do. A friend of mine custom made all these to fit these specific phone cases themselves. So the prices are a little bit higher just because I have to pay her back, as well as make a little tiny bit of profit because of how much, unfortunately, they take for their cut. for Teespring. But like I said, if you can't do any of that, please just like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every time we hit a new mile marker for subscriptions, I give out free merch of all different types. 2000K, I think we're doing one of the playmat giveaways. So definitely be subscribed and ready for when that comes.